What's good, YouTube? Here at Action Sports with the man, the legend, the myth, the truth, Bruce Menard.
Yes, sir.
So, ever since that faithful, because we're following the journey. So, if you're new to the channel, we're following this man's journey to trying to not only get back to the top cut of the North American World Championship qualifier, but also make it to Worlds.
Yes, sir.
So this past weekend there was a side deck remote duel, ninja plug to the side deck. And what did you do out of those 7 rounds, Bruce?
I went 6-0-1, which led me to the victory.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Another first place regional finish. So let's get into this deck profile. And please don't click off the video.
It's just pure Snake Eye again. Snake Eye Ash, Poplar, Oak, Double Flamberge. Pretty standard. This is the same thing that I've done in every single one of my decks so far. I've thought about playing 2 Oak in a couple times, just because sometimes, like in the grind game, you want a second one, but I've decided against it.
Standard to standard. We don't go against the standard.
I also thought about cutting 1 Flamberge for more non-engine, but I really like having a second one going first. And then triple Bonfire that can search all those cards. You have to run 3. Just, it is what it is. Yep. Triple Diabell Star, triple Wanted, and 1 original. You have to run these cards. These cards are way too good. You have to run them at max. This is like the main reason why I don't run the Fire King variant. Fire King variants don't usually run 3 and 3. This is just really, really important.
How about you never show your
And then of course Temple. This card's the most broken card in this deck. This thing just crazy.
You know what I'm playing right
This
now?
card's just crazy. This does too much.
I'm playing Flame Swordsman.
It's interruption if you're playing against like the mirror. It's way too good. The last engine slots are Jet Synchron and 1 for 1.
Okay, I see you.
If you don't play Jet Synchron in this deck, I don't feel like the deck does anything. I've seen some builds that like don't run this, and I just don't feel like the end boards do anything. And then 1 for 1, this is like how you play through like the 3rd hand trap or the 2nd hand trap. That's how you get past that. So if you open up this plus like Ash and Diabell, like you just always do your combo. And then we main deck triple Crossout. Some people are running like Lullaby. I think Crossout's just really, really, really good. I expected to see a lot more of the mirror. And so this card is like, if you go first and you don't have to activate it, it just becomes like a solemn strike against your opponent if you're playing the mirror. Like they go normal summon take Ash, and you're like cross out call Ash, and then like they just like they have nothing.
Yeah.
So the card's really good. And then I main decked the 1 talent for the crossouts. I drew this a couple times yesterday. Every time I drew it, it was kind of dead. So I'm probably gonna cut this card. But I did cross out talents once, and it did win me the game. My opponent was like talents to draw 2 to try to play the game, and I crossed it out, and they immediately skipped. So. It was pretty nice there.
There we go. There we go.
For the non-engine, we have triple Mourner, triple Veiler, and triple Imperm. To start with, 9 negation.
Yep.
Effect negation is super, super important in this format. I can't stress that enough. You need to stop your opponent like your opponent's effects in order to play the game. So I maxed out on these. I've been thinking about this, and if you've seen my other profiles, I've talked about like the importance of negation. So I just went to max. And then I run triple Ash and triple Nib. These cards are really, really strong in combination with any of the effect negation. Like if you open up like Imperm, Veiler, or Mourner with one of these, it just feels really strong. Like you Imperm their first action, then you Ash their follow-up, or you Ash their first action, Imperm their follow-up. You Imperm them in in certain spots, and you can Nib them without any fear. So it's like these cards in combination with the other ones are really good. These together aren't super amazing, but they can still do enough. And then I main decked 1 Droll. This is a 41st card. I wanted it for Crossout because I felt like at the side event I'd see a lot of people just main decking Droll. I never crossed out this card, but I did activate this a couple times against people. I drew it like a lot, even though I was only main decking 1.
Gotta play that rare for that. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm sorry. And then for the extra deck, pretty standard. This is not different than anyone else's extra deck. So 1 Link Karibo, Phoenix, IP, SP, the Charmers with Celine, Princess.
Do you like having the 1 princess even though Cash is a little irrelevant?
All right, so if Cash rips your Promethean, I think that's just like, it's almost always the incorrect hit. Because like Promethean doesn't really like is really good into that deck if you go first. Going second, it doesn't really in the pure Snake Eye build. Promethean doesn't like extend anything. It's kind of like it's your way into the OTK line, and if you're gonna get rid of anything, I would get rid of Zealantis. Zealantis just does more.
For the record, everyone, that's a me question asking that question, not like I just.
Yeah, I would just banish this. And if you're playing like the Snake Eye variant, Snake Eye like Cashier variant, you just like ban Link Reba first, and then you ban World Sea, and then they're like out of a lot of options.
Copy.
And then, of course, Raging Phoenix and the Appaloosa. Summon those cards like almost every single match. For the Synchros, Baron, Savage, Formula. Not too special. And then I played the Typhon. I guess this is the only like contentious spot in the extra deck. People either playing Typhon or they're playing Access Code. I don't like Access Code. The couple events that I played with it, I did not top and I did not do well. And then like whenever I play this card always at least steals one match per tournament, and it's exactly what it did yesterday. I had nothing left. I slapped his Typhon down. I bounced their last monster, attacked, and my opponent didn't draw anything the next turn, and I was able to win. So like, if this wasn't there, I wouldn't have won that game.
Okay, so Typhon over Access Code. You heard it here first. Player preference though. Player preference.
Yeah, player preference for sure. For the side deck, I ran double Druid Swarm, one Baldrake, one Magnemite. I thought about this being a Serenir, but I think Druid Storm's just a strictly better card. You side this into the Voiceless matchup and into Branded. Those decks, if left untouched, because most of your stuff doesn't really hit those decks, like Nib doesn't really do anything into that deck. Droll doesn't really do anything in that deck. I sided these out for these four a lot of the time, just to, like get more relevant hand traps.
And then I just want to, before you move, I just want to clarify that card right there, that card right here, Rituals.
Yes, I did in fact go. I did Magnemite my Voiceless opponent. Then during the end phase, I searched Baldrake and I summoned Baldrake. So that way, when they summoned off of the Ritual spell, you can just tribute the Magnemite that's like left on your field to banish the guy that they summoned.
Yep.
Which is disgusting.
It is.
Then the other two Drolls, again, I want to just be prepared for like anything random because I was playing at like a remote event. You see a lot of Rogue there. So I want to make sure that they were there somewhere.
I mean, you could have ran into generators.
It's true, but I did not.
Or like Salah's been running rampant lately.
Yes, it has. Now, I woke up like 30 minutes before the event started, and I was putting together this side deck, and I said to myself, I really didn't want to lose a stun. I just was going to be mad that day if I lost a stun. And so I decided to play double Lightning Storm, one Harpies, and then triple Cosmic. I really didn't want to lose a stun. And most of the hand traps don't do anything into stun, so I was like, I'll just side out a bunch of the hand traps and put in these cards. And in round one, I did play against stun, and they had a very, very, very bad day. I opened up like double Cosmic plus a Lightning Storm, and then like Snake Eye Ashley Bellstar. Like they were having a really bad day.
That's why they call that deck One Bad Day, except you make sure they had the one bad day.
Yes. And then of course the most broken floodgate in the game right now, Summon Limit.
I hate the fact that like I'm running this. That's how good it is right now.
I've thought about changing this to anti-spell. People are no longer like trying to like play around anti-spell. They're now like trying to play through like Summon Limit. So it might be a good idea to switch over to anti-spell soon, just because people aren't prepared for it.
Well, hopefully we get a list, and then that will redefine the meta.
Yeah, I'm just scared if they make a list, they're just gonna hit Summon Limit, and then anti-spell is still gonna be like a problem. But
Got you.
we'll see.
So we're near the end of the video. How was your experience at the remote duel?
It was great. I love the remote regionals. People like to say a lot of stuff about people cheating, but I've never really had that issue happen. I think everyone there's like really chill, and they're just trying to have fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At home, so it's a lot of fun.
It must be really nice to be able to go to your fridge instead of having to...
Yeah. Like, is there a vending machine here? I'm kind of thirsty. Yeah.
Anything from the remote duel that stood out to you, like a deck you faced or anything like that, or any of one of your matchups that you may want to shout out?
I mean, not really. The matchups were pretty basic. I played against one Fire King Snake Eye, one regular Snake Eye, two Voiceless, one Dragon deck, and then like one Stun. There might have been one I'm missing in there somewhere. But like it was all pretty standard stuff. It wasn't like super exciting. Yeah.
It was just another regional for you.
Yeah, it was just another regional. I go to so many now.
You just didn't have to wait no gas money.
Yeah.
Or smell anybody.
Yeah. And now I'm gonna compete in the one next week too. So we'll see how we do.
Alrighty. If he wins that, we'll definitely get that. But any shout outs?
Shout out to Ant-Man816 right there behind the camera. Shout out to Action Sports, best locals in Kansas City, hands down. Those are the big ones. Everyone else who helps me test and is there for me all the time whenever I need them, they know who they are. Shout out to them.
So anyway, guys, this has been Bruce Menard.
Yes, sir.
We are going to add this to the playlist. He has a playlist. Yes, there's a lot of Snake Eyes down there, but it's the best deck of the format. So we are cataloging. If you made it this far, we are cataloging this man's journey.
You might see me play something different next week. I'm cooking up something interesting.
Okay. Your deck profiles are always welcome to the channel, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, anyways, there's always movement. And until next time, YouTube, deuces.